Welcome to Ellamas Day 10, and today we're doing another ranking. Today I want to show you my top 5 of 2024 in the category of bronzer slash contour, and we will do 5 liquid slash cream ones and then 5 powder ones. By the way, this is a very special ranking for me because for you, this is not the first you see, but it's the first that I film actually, because I just know that in my bronzer ranking, there will be not a lot of change. I'm not adding a lot of bronzers constantly. I'm not trying out. To be honest, I like to stick with what I love, and I just can't wait to show you my top 5. Number 5 in the cream category is a Too Faced one. And if you remember that iconic speed review where I sat here and, well, I tried it, because this is the Too Faced Melting and Bronzing Sculpting Stick in Chocolate Mousse, and it smells like a hot chocolate. It is so tempting to just roll this up and then just bite in it, but don't try this, kids. It tastes horrible. I applied a bit on the finger and then I licked that finger and it was horrible, but it took a while. This had a learning curve for me because this is the definition of buttery. It is like you have a stick of butter that has been sitting outside the fridge for at least 48 hours, and then you want to smear it on. Yes, you will just break up chunks. This is so freaking intense and creamy. You need a bit. What I like to do is actually I take a more stiff but still with a bit of flexibility angled face brush. This is the Made by Mitchell MF4. The Fenty 125 works. Sephora collection, no, not Sephora, Sephora Pro brushes, they have one too. And then I just take the brush and, you know, with the lightest amount of strength, I just lightly touch that and then I apply this on the face. But the result, to be honest, is worth that extra step because it looks like the most beautiful bronzer ever. Chocolate Mousse is the lightest one. For my skin tone, it is a tittle bit too dark, but with good blending, I can make it work. By the way, if you want to see this or any of the other cream bronzers that I mentioned in action, I do have a playlist with all the shorts where I tried these because I had this as a series this year. At number 4, we have, once again, a Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. This was not able to make it not into the top 5 this year because I just love it so much. This, by the way, does not look very much used. I had another shade of this in my focus box for 3 months of this year and I decluttered that for the shade. This is now the shade Light Medium. I prefer this so much over Light because it is just a bit more cool toned. Light is too orange for my skin tone. Light Medium is just the perfect mix of bronzer and contour. And the application is so easy, you cannot do wrong. But if you want to have an even more an easier application, Makeup by Mario has your back. Who am I that I have 2 Makeup by Mario products here in this top 5, let alone? That speaks volumes for the products. But this, y'all, the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. The weirdest product of 2024. We didn't have this on our bingo cards, didn't we? Because this fucker here, this has a doe foot and a pump. And I know I explained that already, but people seem to not have the imagination of how this is possible. The doe foot has a hole in it, and when you pump, it gets sucked through the doe foot. Logical, isn't it? But here it is. This is the shade Fair. The shade Fair was very newly introduced also into the stick. The stick I still have, but it didn't make it to the top 5. I can already tell you that. And this is, it's a swipe of nothing. And I know that maybe sounds a bit weird, but this is exactly what I want some days. This is so sheer and sheer buildable that this is, in my opinion, the best beginner bronzer on the market. At number 2, we have a fairly new product, and I can't believe that I like this so much because my initial reaction to this product was not that good, but I really learned to love it. And I'm talking about the Dior contour stick that came out this year. This is the shade Light that I have. First of all, let's talk about the packaging, because this is an oval, you know? You cannot twist an oval, like it doesn't make a round. So it goes like this. And the stick basically is only in that metal part here. And then when you're done, it clicks in. I don't know why I'm so impressed by this mechanism, but I am. I don't know. It's like that extra bit of luxury experience, maybe. I have no fucking clue. But I love this. I really, really love this. Do I think that this is a contour stick? Absolutely no. It's way too warm for being a contour stick. But the formulation, it's like they took the beautiful finish and the effect that you have of the Too Faced stick, but they put it in a much stiffer formulation. I still would not recommend applying this directly on the face because it is very much buttery, but I think with a brush like this one, it works very, very well. I'm wearing it actually today for this video, and I did the same as always. I took the brush, swiped it a couple times, and then I take the brush in this motion basically, and I start to tap it on, and then I twist it and tap it out and up to the temple. But my favorite of 2024, oh, when I saw this, I discovered this through TikTok actually, and that was the reason why I fell head over heels in love with the brand itself. I had just one product before that one other product, and now I have so many things from Ritual the Fee. Where is my money? Well, it's over at Ritual the Fee. I am talking about the Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the probably most perfect, true contour shade that you can find, and that's Intuition. Why is this such a good contour shade, you ask, when we have Fenty Amber? Well, let me tell you. Fenty Amber is a gray contour. Not only great, it's also a gray contour. And that's beautiful, that's very, very versatile. But we know, you know, we educate ourselves, and we nowadays know about undertones. And undertones can happen that a bronzer stick, for example, that looks great on me, looks green on you. And I don't want to have a green contour, do you? I don't know, it looks sick. There are certain contour colors, bronzer colors, that just turned insanely green on me. Made by Mitchell, the curve cases, some of these shades turned green on me because of the undertones. Intuition has a purple undertone. And because of that purple undertone, it, for my skin tone, mimics the most natural shadow that I have on the face. It's absolutely stunning. They are very, very pricey, in my opinion, for what you get, but honestly, I would pay double that price. Not that I think that Ritual the Fee should raise the prices, please keep it, but this is so perfect. I haven't found a shade that is comparable to that. So that makes it my favorite contour/bronzer product for the creams of 2024. Last year, by the way, it was the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in Biscuit. I still love that, but you see, it didn't make it to the top 5. Now for the powder bronzer. The first one is a new discovery, and let me look. 3 of them are new discoveries of this year. Oh, that's crazy. Hourglass. I don't know what it is, why I looked into their single bronzers, but I've always seen people say, oh my god, I love the Hourglass bronzers. And then you have the bronzer in the palettes, in the face palettes, and they're all red on me. So I made my research, and thanks to Reddit and the Pale MUA subreddit, I found the Hourglass bronzer in the shade Diffused Bronze Light. It looks weird, but trust me, trust the fucking process when you apply this on the face. First of all, it is just a tad bit radiant. I think it's not that radiant compared to other Hourglass products. Not gonna lie here. This is so neutral that it's barely there, but it's there. So don't over apply this. I feel like this is a product that some of the bronzers that I apply them, I blend them out, and I see them immediately. This is a product I apply, I blend out, and then I have to look in the mirror. And the best thing is to do just one side and the other not, to see the difference, to just feel a difference. And this product absolutely makes this. So if you are, I didn't say it in the beginning, a MAC NC10, for example, Lisa Eldridge in the foundation, I'm a 4. In the skin tint, I am a T2. What else is very known? Tier, the cushion foundation, the red one, I am 13N. Yes, 13N Fair Ivory. I am, oh my God, always this comparisons. In the Makeup Forever HD Skin, I am 1N00, or the old one is Y205. So just so you know what kind of foundation shade we're talking about, then this is the one that gives you the most subtle difference, but do not over apply, then it looks weird. At number 4, we have a bronzer that I was recommended by a beautiful subscriber when I said in the video that I don't think that any of these shades will match me. The RMS Hydra bronzer, and she said, try out Beach Walk Betty. I did. This was the bronzer that I probably used all summer long, because this is such a nice bronzer shade. If you're pale as me, you know that problem that with a real bronzer, not like bronzer or contour, like real bronzers, they tend to be orange. They tend to be too red. I mean, a bit of a red undertone is good, a bit of a pink undertone is good, but some of these, they just look like you applied, I don't know, orange face paint on your face, and that's not cute. Beach Walk Betty is, on my skin tone, a bronzer with the right amount of warmth in it. The exact amount of orange, the exact amount of red, everything you need so you look bronzed. The last 3 here, so the top 3 technically are contours, which is very interesting, but not surprising because I'm not a bronzer girl, I'm a contour girl. So at number 3, we have the Too Cool for School Art Class Contour. This is the shade, I think 01 or so. I'm not even sure if there are different shades. Not gonna lie. It's an Asian brand, so chances could be high that you have not different shades. I'm not sure because it doesn't say here in the back. But I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere it's 01. Could be totally wrong. Please don't shade me for that. But this comes basically with 3 shades, a light, a medium, and a darker one. I don't know how the camera picks this up, but the middle one looks very green. So if I would apply only this, I would have the green cast because of the undertones. This is more suited for olive girls. What I do is I mix them all together and I have one of the best contours, one of the best shadows, and honestly, that little bit of olive that is then mixed in makes this very, very soft on my skin tone. At number 2, I have a cult classic that I rediscovered for me this year. This is a product that I used to have in a face palette from that brand and I panned it completely. I'm talking about a Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. I know a lot of people love medium, but I went for light because, well, I think the medium one is a tad bit too dark. The light is just perfect. These contour powders have been around for so long for a good reason. Kevyn Aucoin is such a staple brand, and I think this is just something, if you look for a contour powder, hassle-free, user-friendly, with guaranteed good results, go for the sculpting powders from Kevyn Aucoin. And now you probably think, well, Ella, if you love this so much, why isn't this your number 1? Well, let me tell you, because I'm extra. And hassle-free is good, but not good enough. I love the shade Light in the Kevyn Aucoin, but on my skin, it is more a mix. It's not a true contour, but there are days where I want to have a true contour, where I want to be snatched. I want to be chiseled. I want to be 2015, 2016 fucking chiseled. And there is a product from an UK indie brand that I discovered this year that I'm happy and lucky enough to be affiliated even with and promote their beautiful products, because they really, really shook me how beautiful they are and how so little they're talked about. I'm talking about V Cosmetics. This is the contour powder. It is technically called the loose contour powder, but the shade is Witch Please. They have another one, a medium one, and they just this year brought out a very deep one. This is the most complicated contour of all time, because you already guessed it. This is a fucking loose contour powder. Oh, why am I doing this to myself? Well, because it's that good. It is that fucking good. I will not open it now because it will be a friggin' mess, but it's that good. It is my favorite contour. And what I do is contour, I just apply with a NARS Ida brush, and I unscrew it. Then I take the brush, pick up a tad bit from the lid that is stuck in here, and then I tap it out on my mixing plate. And then I apply this, tap out on the mixing plate a bit, then blend. And then I use whatever is left on the mixing plate so that I can build that contour. This is definitely a more gray toned contour. And let me tell you, when I combine these two, like Intuition underneath, the V Cosmetic Witch Please on top, I look like a fucking skeleton. I look like I have fucking cheekbones. I look like I had this Baccarat fat removal surgery, but I have not, because money, it's in makeup. Wow. So freaking good. The true and only contour that I love. I fell in love with this by the moment that I used it, although it is a struggle. I will not lie to you. It is not for the quick days, let me tell you that. If you want to have one for the quick days, go with a pressed one. Last year, by the way, my favorite powder bronzer was the Tom Ford Soleil. I still have this, I still use this, I still love this, but it's not my favorite. And I just want to mention the Art Class one last year made it to number 2. It just went one down because it was replaced by the Kevin O'Quan one, and this came into my life. So that's it. Please let me know down below what was your favorite bronzer slash contour in the cream and or powder that you loved this year. What was the one that made you so freaking excited and made you even more beautiful than you already are? Let us know down below so that we can all read it, and maybe there are some that I haven't tried, so maybe I have to look it up. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out on any of the Ellamas videos, because there is still a lot more to come. Thank you so much, and I hope I can see you tomorrow.